Hey, you tourists, it's your boy Domination. This is Back in the Basic. Chuckle the Deuces, I the text, baby man. Let's talk back. You know this. Real men rise up, fake men rise down. Real woman rise up, fake woman rise down. Brought the word preacher, preach on. And today's topic to talk about is the only place you ever gonna get it, 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 only place you ever gonna get it is right back to basic. Chuckle the Deuces, I the text, baby man. Let's talk back. You know this. Real men rise up, fake men rise down. Real women rise up, fake women rise down. Prep the word preacher, preach on. And today's topic to talk about is I just saw this movie, man. This I'm gonna call this movie is one of the worst one of the worst disasterdized piece that I ever watched in my life. Chirag. Okay, listen to this. Rated R, 127 minutes drama. It came out for December 15th. And what is the story is about? A modern day inadequate of the ancient Greek play and the lyricists by an artist's plan set the backdrop of gang violence in Chicago. So it directed by Spike Lee and the writer Kevin Will Model, and Spike Lee. All right, the stars Nick Cannon and 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 traded on the week Paris and Wesley Snipes. Those are three stars right there. This is one of the worst movies, man. I mean, they could have played anybody else to play Shy Rat. But they picked Nick fucking Cannon. When you watch the movie, the gang he was running with the goddamn Spartans. Do that sound familiar? Did that sound familiar, Spartans? Basically, it's like some kind of a street gang. I forgot what they call Spartans. One of the gangs called Spartans, and the other gang called I forgot what they called. I'm gonna look it up. It's based on Do the Right Thing and basically clockers all together. Clockers all together and Girl Six. If you watch that goddamn movie, if you watch that shit, basically women try to hold together to sex strike to get their men's acting right together because they got tired of their men killing each other. And this woman who plays whatever name and Charity Old Pearson and Alice Rashida, whatever her name is, this sister, she is fun though. And her boyfriend was Chirac, played Nick Cannon, but it's like his there she is or something like that. More recent he is or something like that. It was named Morsi Dupree. Yeah, that was his name. And it's Wesley Snipes playing Cyberclock, and his woman was Mrs. Hensley. So that's his woman, one of his woman or something like that. And Samuel Jackson, he played the narrator of the movie, Darwin, and the guy who played Time Machine, Hot Tub Time Machine, John Kunzak, Father Michael Condon, and Jennifer Hudson played Argene. Yeah, I mean, this is some bullshit ass movie, man. It was, man. It was a bullshit ass movie, and they got this David Parker, David Park Rick Kelly, General King Kong. Man, it was a horrible ass movie. It was fucking horrible. But what's so bad about the goddamn movie, man, is it was that horrible. I don't care what nobody said. It was that fucking horrible. It was that fucking horrible for a damn movie. I can understand what Spike Lee is trying to do. let me say to this: if you look at the movie, they got some similarity of the gang colors. Sponsors was wearing uh, purple, uh, light purple. Like you remember that movie? You remember it was a video game called San Andreas? Yeah, San Andreas instead of Syndro, but it's really they wearing they color like the ballers. I mean, this is some bullshit. I mean, for a movie. I mean, I'm gonna say this, man. Spike could have did better than this, but Spike was disappointed. But I would like to apologize from people in Chicago because I made a video about that. They shouldn't get mad at Spike Lee, but now I see why they are mad at Spike Lee. I see why. I see why because this movie was horrible. It was fucking horrible about a goddamn just a damn. I'm trying to figure out the gang name. One was Sparta. Nick Cannon was the leader of it, and Wesley Snipes, he was another leader of the gang, and they were fighting each other. I mean, and Nick Cannon's girlfriend is gonna have a goddamn sex drive because they got tired of men. But she met this whatever that woman is. I'll tell you that till I find out the game. Because this is one of the worst movies that I ever watched in my life. I ain't gonna lie. Nick, they could have put Twister if that was the case to play the goddamn Chicago or Chirac. I mean, come on. Nick Cannon is not no goddamn thug. Nick Cannon ain't no goddamn thug. He trying to be a goddamn thug. Now Wesley Snipes will play the hell of the part of few, but only time Wesley Snipes ever shoot somebody when he shot fucking Nick Cannon. I mean, what kind of shit is that, man? I mean, this is some bullshit. It's a bullshit ass fucking movie, man. It was two rival gangs. But you know what? Ever since Obama got in there, man, I swear, ever since Obama got in there, they started asking money and shit. But I'm gonna leave that alone. See, they worried about the banking system shut down. That's what they worried about. But they're the ones put Obama up in that goddamn office. If they want to decide if they want to put Obama in office, then they shouldn't put Obama in office. That's the fucking case. I mean, this is one of the worstest fucking movies I ever saw in my goddamn life. See, I figured rapper Kanye West was originally support okay, Kanye rapper product. Rapper Kanye West was usually expected to the star of the film, but dropping out during to the scheduled conflict and through, he may be involved in the making of its soundtrack. Of course he did. Of course he fucking did. Of course she's fucking did. To make a goddamn soundtrack and whatever her name is, Anthony, she got her last name. It was about these two rival fucking gangs, man. That movie is horrible. And the movie is only grossing for 120, 50, and 224 from 305 of theaters in its open weekend, including a $15 percent of screen regular on the 22 screen in Chicago. So that ain't really enough. I mean, come on, man. That one of the worstest movies right there. It was, man. I saw that goddamn movie. What Spike Lee is trying to do? He trying to. I mean, let's be honest. Let's be honest. Only time they talk about Black Lives Matter. The only time Black Lives Matter when we kill by the hand of a white person. Have you noticed if you watch these black movies, we uplift our women. But I don't see no white guys uplift their women. Have you noticed that when we go watch a Leonardo DiCaprio movie, and there was a movie called Relevant. If you watch that movie, all the white guys are they basically they are dying out trade of their race. They are dying out by the Native Americans. I mean, AACP was not been founded by black people. It was founded by Jewish brothers and sisters. Let's be for real. Who owned the goddamn bank? And Spike Lee is part of that brotherhood. He's part of that. Spike Lee sold out a long time ago. I forgot the gangs of the goddamn movie. What are the gangs in there? I don't know what the gangs called. One is called Sparta, and the other one was called, I forgot. I'm trying to figure this out. This gang, other called Spartas. It was a bull. Chicago is nothing like Iraq, and Spike Lee should already know that. It was a horrible fucking movie. It was so goddamn horrible. It just as horrible as that other goddamn movie, whatever that movie called, Dear White People. That shit was so bullshit. But what white are we talking about? Are we talking about Ukrainian? Are we talking about Russia? What white people we're talking about? We don't even know what whites we're saying. See, this is where we fucked up at. We don't know. Look. All you gotta do is look at these European ancestry. Nick Cannon was the Sparta and I forgot what Poppers or something like that. They were Poppers. I don't know what it was. It was called Spartans. It was called Spartans, man. It was called Spartans. Remember 300 Spartans? It was Nick Cannon was Sparta. I'm trying to figure this out because I just saw this goddamn movie. That shit was horrible, man. I don't care what nobody said. That shit was horrible. That shit was fucking horrible. How's gonna stop the women to stop having sex with the guys, knowing that even if you turn lesbian or not, there are gonna be men gonna still get raped. I mean, there are gonna be men. What I mean is, there's gonna be men are still gonna rape women. That's what I'm trying to say. And they put Nick and fucking Cannon from all goddamn people. I mean, he looked like an idiot in this movie. He really did, man. He just looked like a fake Tupac explanator of exploitation of touche a pop. Man, come on, it was so fucking terrible. I would never want to see this goddamn movie. But now I see why people in Chicago got offended of this movie. I see why. I see why people got offended of this goddamn movie. I see why. I'm trying to think of the gangs. One was Spartans, and the other one I think it was called. There was like Trojan gang. That shit right there is fucking horrible. Nick Cannon was a goddamn Sparta. Nick Cannon was a goddamn Sparta. I mean, that movie was goddamn horrible, man. I mean, what kind of movie is that? Come on, are you fucking serious? You gotta be serious. Yeah, that wasn't with the gang. It was called Trojan. They were Trojan gang, and I think Wesley Snipes was the leader of the Trojan gang. That shit was so fucking horrible. I would never want to see this goddamn movie ever again. The fucked up thing about it, they trying to say Chicago got more murders than Afghanistan and Iraq. How the fuck it got more murders than anybody? Explain this to me. How the fuck from all people, and they just uplift the women. They uplift them. Have you noticed that they uplift the women? They uplift them. Oh yeah, they uplift the women, all right. They up living and Trojan and Spartan. Yeah, you got to go all the way back. I bet you it's about ancient Greeks and ancient fucking Rome. Have you ever watched a movie called Troy? Yeah, go watch the movie goddamn fucking Troy. Yeah, that's what Trojan. That's what Trojan they're talking about. And that's come from ancient Greeks and ancient fucking Rome. Go look this shit up, man. It was called Trojan Wars. What is Trojan Wars? It goes in ancient goddamn Greeks. Let's look at it. In Greek mythology, Trojan Wars was in waging against the city of Troy. That's what it's based upon. By the inhabitants of Greeks after the after the pairs of after the pairs of Troy taken inhabitably from her husband and Messalines, the king of Sparta. The war is one of the most important events in Greek mythology and has been narrated through many works of Greek and Latinate, and most not only from the homily the letter of relate of a part of the last year of the settlement of Troy. Auburn is the city is in describing the adventures of home of cities. One of the war heroes. Other parts of the war are described in a cycle of Eddic poetry, which has survived through and flattering me the episode from the war and provided with material for Greek tragedy and other works of Greek and living age and for the Roman poem, including Virgil and over to and Overvid. Yeah, it goes back to this whole Troy shit. Go watch the goddamn movie Troy. How they took over how they took over people from not only Europe but taking parts of Europe, taking the land from ancient Greeks and Rome. That's what this shit was about. See, this is what Spike Lee was trying to do. He is trying to say that black people are descendants of the Italians and trying to say that blacks not only the descendants of the Italians, but they are descendants from the goddamn ancient Greeks. Greeks means anal. But this is the thing. This is why you always show the color red and blue. Why? Because red and blue is based on from either from the Italians or the goddamn ancient Greeks. Greeks. All this stuff. If you go to fraternity, people go. We live in a Greek society. But notice they got the Knight Templars logo in the movie. Oh yeah, we mix our blood with the Knight Templars. But see, Spike Lee ain't gonna mention this. He kept saying it's the goddamn whites. What whites are you talking about? There's so many goddamn Caucasian. They put white people in three groups: Aryan, Hamitic, and Shamitic. Why white people believe they're Aryan? Because it got a lot to do with Sweden. When they talk about Nabic countries, they're talking about Phelan, Denmark, and all these other goddamn countries, but they talk about Sweden. If it ain't Sweden, they talk about Russia, the mother of Russia. Russia went to war with the goddamn Georgian people. They went to war against Georgian people and genocide to the Georgian people. And that was in the year 1864. Yeah, on 21st May. Go look this stuff up, man. And what are they fighting about? Take the land from the Georgian people, but it really is the people called Caucasites, whatever you want to call them. Go look it up. Yeah, we mix our blood with these people. But when we as black people ever gonna say that? No peace, no peace. You know what that means? For they can stop fighting each other. We all brothers and sisters. We all together. We all together joining hands and stuff. We're the only goddamn group than any other race. But have you noticed if you look at movies like Revealed. If you watch that movie Revealed, and it's been directed at Algon Jargon Road in Rosales and into Rotes, a golden cat, a golden the Golden Globe Academy Adventures, a survival film. Yeah, by Leonardo DiCaprio and Tom Hardy. Yeah, Tom Hardy got another movie coming out. Have you noticed this shit? Who run Hollywood? The banking systems, the bankers. Oh yeah, don't think. Don't think for one moment. White people already know how this stuff was started. White people was the first slaves. Who slaved them? If it ain't from French or goddamn Spaniards or goddamn Germans, one of the two. I don't know about Sweden. You never know. All I know is French, Spaniards, Russia, or French or German. One of the two, or Britain. It's the same goddamn fucking thing. But have you noticed if you watched a movie called Creed? I'm gonna talk about that in a few minutes. All I can say about that this movie, the only reason why Sylvester Stallone did this movie because that racial incident that he said about blacks. That's why he did this movie. If he didn't have that incident, do you think he did this movie? No. Now, Creed was a good movie. All is about a former Rocky Balboa is serving a trainer and mentor to and Honor Johnson, the son of his late friend and former rival Apollo Creed. Yeah, this boy is the son of Apollo Creed, man. And Leonardo DiCaprio, man. This motherfucker. Leonardo the fucking DiCaprio. Don't tell me Leonardo DiCaprio. I did a video, but there was a scene that it was a raping bear incident. There was a raping fucking bear incident. Oh yeah, Leonardo DiCaprio, he was being raped by a goddamn bear. Oh yeah, just go that scene. Why is it that these movies, you see white guys out there fighting the war, fighting the cold? That's their world. They into that. They look at black men as weak. Oh yeah, let's talk about it. Oh, black women is the free of women of color. How can she be free if black women don't be seen as being women? They don't. They look at them as that, they just snapping, neck rolling. You can't tell them anything. You can't tell them none. Which that's in every woman. But I'm gonna say this: the last time I checked, black women, feminists wasn't even involved in y'all because look what it says about feminists. And I'm tired of looking at the word feminist. Charles Forward came up with the term feminist. It was a goddamn Frenchman on top of that. Why that's not been talked about? White guys, y'all to blame for this because y'all came up with this concept. But yet y'all rape y'all women, y'all beat their asses for no goddamn reason. White guys, y'all created this. You need to fix this problem. Yeah, Charles Forward. Forward. And French Charles Forward. Yeah, he's born April the 7th, 1772, in Bacon, France. He died October the 10th, 1837. He was 65 years old and buried in Paris, France. Yeah, this guy came up with the term feminist. But look what he said, that tradition marriage could potentially hurt women's rights as human beings and through never married. Yeah, because it's fucked up these women's agendas. They are trying to make the women to be the men and trying to make the men be the woman. And that's what they're doing right now. They always trying to get black men wearing a goddamn fucking dress because they're afraid of his sexuality. They're afraid that, he's going to go out there and not only fuck his women, he's going to go out there and fuck Latino women, Asian women, Latino women, Asian women, white women, Middle East women. They don't want that to happen. They know he's not able to be a husband. They know he's not able to be a father because we don't control the banking system. How many times I kept saying it? For Spike Lee, he should know all this. But guess what? Spike Lee is one of them. He's a part of that, the Brotherhood. From the Boule and all that. Fuck the Boule. Boule ain't doing shit. Do you think the Skull and Bones do shit for whites? No. Fuck this movie. And Spike Lee, he need his ass whooped directing this goddamn movie and got this goddamn woman. And some say she did this design herself. Yeah, you gotta be fucking for real. This is one of the worst fucking movies. And also another movie, Dear White People. She was in a movie called Dear White People. Oh yeah, this is the same chick. This is the same chick. She look like an Erykah Badu-ass bitch. Come on, man. She is fine, but goddamn, this African douchey and bougie and Akandougie ass hoe. You mean to tell me this? When I saw this movie, it was no pussy. Men gonna go out there and still rape women anyway if men gotta learn how to control their goddamn self. And I'm going to say, you fellas, man, you white guys, you black men, y'all allowed this to happen because you out there put your hands on these women. You out there don't want to take care of your goddamn kids because some other men going to do something better than you. And any other men got a problem with me for saying that? Fuck y'all. Because you know what I'm saying is true. You don't want to hear it from me? Then you need to fix your goddamn life. You got these goddamn females. They get fucking pissed off when some other woman do better than her. Who this bitch? Who she thinks she is? Blah, 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 blah. It's always that shit. Look at this movie. No peace, no peace. You gotta be fucking for real. This is one of the worstest fucking movies. I am really disappointed with Spike Lee. I really am because I see why people in Chicago are angry at Spike because they did not want him to put this goddamn movie out. You got to be fucking kidding me. Spiker, you know you need your ass whooped for this, man. Because if you're going to make a movie from Chicago, you got to meet the people over there and talk to them what's really going on in Chicago. And now you got a documentary of Michael Jackson's journey from Motown to Off the Wall. Man, let me say something, man. All they doing is basically, they still making money off of Michael. They don't give a fuck about Michael. All they give a damn about is how much money he make. Rest in peace to Michael. Now they saying he's still alive somewhere. They said the same thing about Elvis. They said the same thing about Tupac. No, they still making money off of these artists. And don't tell me they ain't sacrificed Michael. I believe the family probably did sacrifice Michael Jackson. And I don't mean to say it like that, but let's be honest. Doing without something or give something up. Go look it up. You can't tell me that Michael wasn't sacrificed. And Tupac and Whitney Houston and Whitney Houston's daughter. I told my mother after they get Whitney Houston, they're going to get her daughter as well. I already knew. Whoever it is, and that bitch Brandy, fuck her. You can't tell me Brandy didn't have anything to do with Whitney Houston's death. And I hope they get that bitch because I can't stand her. Because I'm telling you, do you think she give a damn about? She could have died right along with her. But that shit comes to show me what kind of friend she is because she was really a friend. She would have veiled that no and say, look, I know who the detail why Whitney Houston died. No, she gonna keep her mouth shut, bitch. She gonna go out there and do your work. That's what she gonna do. These white women, they're gonna do the same. These white guys ain't gonna say nothing because they gonna be risking their neck getting killed. And these black men, they ain't gonna say nothing. See, it goes to show you how can people say they want change, but they want everything stay the same. People gonna pay for this. They really do. But you gotta change everything around. You can't change the whole entire world. Change is hard. You got to change everything around. But if people don't want to change, then you need to leave those kind of people alone. Trojan and Spartans. Man, you got to be fucking for real. They trying to do this whole ancient Greek and ancient Rome shit, and that was all over the world. Feminist is a fucking joke. How come if Spike Lee want to do a movie about that, how come he not gonna put how feminist was really got started? No, he ain't gonna do that. These white guys know how feminists got started. Oh yeah, they pushed black men out of the home. They sure did. Black men push himself out of that home or something else. Dude, that's why I say, fellas, if you're gonna think about having kids, man, don't knock these women up until you're ready to get married to them and put a ring on them. But make sure that she fall in love with you is very important. It's just I was watching a movie called Pebbles and the Penguin, and there was a cute penguin girl. She said the guy thought the pebble was more important to her instead of him. But she said it's not the pebble, it's the penguin. Women got to do the same thing. It's not the ring. It's not the engagement ring. It's engagement to that man. See, when we gonna meet women like that? Not in this generation. You won't, because it's all about money. That's what it's about. It's all about fucking money. At the end of the goddamn fucking day, a real woman will love a man for who he is. I love you for the way you are. See, a real woman would say that. I wish a woman would tell me that. That's a woman. Nowadays, women don't say that anymore. It's sad. And Samuel L. Jackson, from being a non-rated, he talking in the whole goddamn fucking show. And they got this goddamn pastor. They talking about the fucking Ku Klux Klan. Fuck the Klan. The Ku Klux Klan are the fucking original Knight Templars anyway. Oh yeah, they will never tell you that. Look at Adolf Hitler. Adolf Hitler got a goddamn black iron fucking cross. Why is he wearing that? That tells me he's the bloodline of the Tonic Sonic Knights. Why that's not been talking about? I bet you the Jewish community know. I bet you goddamn white community know. They kept their goddamn mouth shut. The word slave has come from Slav. That's what the word slave means. And I'm tired of white people playing these games and sitting there and say, oh, that's no, white people, y'all need to come out and say this shit and get these black people out of their fucking heads because they keep saying it's white. All white is the color of opposite of white is the color opposite of black, and black is the color opposite of white. They're one of the same. They like yin and the goddamn fucking yang. They like a goddamn You ever watch the movie called Kung Fu Panda? Panda is black and white, and goddamn Asian on top of that. Y'all better wake the fuck up, man. Fuck this movie right here. This movie is one of the worstest movies. It don't make no sense for a movie like that. For a movie like that, man. And you got for 3 stars from Nick Cannon and Turtle whatever her name, Tara or also Pierce, Turtle also Pierce, and Wesley Snipes. And directed by Spike Lee, writer Kevin Will Mo, and was 127 minutes long, and drama. You want to call it drama? You call it disaster mint. Now I'd rather watch Creed and watch relevant and black slinging racism gangster. No, it's the scientific racism. And they keep saying whites are they want to bring this country back. Bring this country back for what? From the Britain? From Spaniards? Is it French? What the hell are they talking about? You need to ask white people. What are they talking about? They don't know what the fuck they're talking about. They keep saying it's white country. How's it white country and then white people went to war at each other? Just like black people went to war over there in fucking Africa. You got the goddamn Asians went to war against each other. You got the goddamn Arab and goddamn Jews. It don't make no sense. Where are these so-called people at? If they concerned about what's going on, then why is it? But see, it's these games that we're playing. We're playing these games. No disrespect. I look a lot of Spike Lee, but when I saw this shit, when I saw this shit right here, that goes to show you that black men don't run nothing. And the real reason why we don't run none, because we're not the founders of the bankings. There's a real reason why we don't run the goddamn census, because we're not the founders of goddamn fucking Freemasons. I call it what it is, the Freemasons. What Freemason got a lot to do with it? Because the Freemasons was founded over there in Scotland. The Scottish are Freemasonry. And I'm going to call it as it is. And don't think they ain't worshiping no goddamn Luciferian gods. Don't think they're not worshiping that. And they're getting black people into this as well. It's forbidden to learn black magic. It's forbidden to learn white magic and become your own god. I mean, you really believe this? Women are not gods. Black men are not gods. White men are not gods. White women damn sure ain't gods. Nobody ain't no god. Only one person can be God, and that's God. Everybody else can't be no god. White people have their own god. That's paganism. Black people have their own god. That was Egyptian. And to this day, black people still worship Egyptian, which is based off slavery. The men of the creation free you from that, and you still worship the goddamn pyramid. You got white people still worship the paganism, but look where it got to them. I'm done. I'm done with this movie. I give it 1 out of 1 and 1 out of 0. It's one of the worstest goddamn movies ever. It was so terrible. It's more worse than the goddamn whatever it called, that Dear White People shit. Fuck this movie, and Spike Lee, he needed his ass whooped for doing this, for putting the movie out, and all it was about pussy and how somehow that Bernard Ransom and in the church and all that, talking about all these black leaders, what they meant for the black community, how they do the right thing to try to be a good, how they gonna be a good man, and they see good men as cowards. They see good men as cowards because they allow it to happen. Where's our heroes? They look up to Davy Crockett. They look up to Abraham Lincoln. They look up to George Washington. Where's our hero? When black men gonna fight back? Black men ain't never gonna fucking do it. I'll be the first one to fight back, but I'm not gonna do it. I know my folks. I'm not gonna do it because I'm gonna make it harder for my rest of my people if we do fight back. No, black people should fight back. They've been dealing with this stuff all their goddamn lives. But see, the thing is, they want to be a exception of the society. And because they feel like they're a part of white people. Yeah, and some are, but the thing is, these white fucking supremacists is a goddamn problem. But these are the same white supremacists are the founders of Masonry. But when you look at the Prince Hall Masonry, it don't exist. How come we don't, man, forget it. Because I know I'm about to get upset. I can't believe we're being lied to for all these damn years. Black women, y'all need to wake up because y'all been lied to. Y'all been buying all this goddamn stuff from World Star, hip hop and shit. This goddamn fucking bullshit about this oh boy, this empire shit. And y'all really believe that? Y'all the laughing stock in the goddamn world. Y'all a laughing stock. Y'all keep making the bullshit mistake, and y'all give y'all precious gift, your precious body, but y'all don't want to give it to the good man. Who you give it to? You give it to the wickedest man, and then first thing he put his hands on you, calling out your goddamn name, then you want to call the cops. But I forget, you won't call the cops because you figure. But if you look at that movie, how she figured, oh, I can change him. No, you can't change no goddamn body. When women gonna get that through their goddamn heads, they can't change anyone. It's up to the man to change himself. Just like a man can't change a woman. You can't. And anybody that think that can change anybody is a damn fool. Fuck this movie, I'm out. I'm done with this movie. I'm done. People don't go see this movie because this is horrible. This is horrible in so many words. I'm out. And it's your boy Domination. This is Back in the Base. You're going to do Society Text, baby. Until next time, all right? All right. Peace. I'm out. Peace.